Hello, today I'm going to show you several ways to scale objects. We can scale objects by using the selection tool, the black arrow icon. Press the letter V for the selection tool or select it from the toolbar panel. Now click on the object to select it. You will notice that Illustrator creates a bounding box with several control handles. If your bounding box is not showing, go to View and select Show Bounding Box. Now hover over one of the handles, and when you see a straight double-sided arrow, click, hold, and drag to scale. Press and hold down the Shift key to scale proportionately, or press and hold down the Shift and Alt keys to scale proportionately from the center. Another way to scale objects is by using the Free Transform tool. First, make sure the object is selected. Next, either press the letter E for the Free Transform tool or select it from the toolbar panel. And now we can scale it the same way as we did with the selection tool. Another way to scale objects is by using the Scale tool. First, make sure the object is selected and then either press the letter S for the Scale tool or select it from the toolbar panel. This creates a scale point in the center of our object. If we don't want to scale our object from the center, we can always click on the scale point, hold, and move it to a different location. With the scale tool still selected, we can either press Enter or double-click on the scale tool to open the options window. Here we can use the uniform scale option to scale all sides proportionately, or the non-uniform option to scale it horizontally or vertically. To scale an object from a different point than the center, we need to move the scale point to a different location. We can do this by holding down the Alt key and then click on a desired anchor point. Now adjust the values like we did before. Let's switch to the Direct Selection tool, the white arrow icon, and select only the top anchor points. Now press the letter S for the Scale tool. This creates a scale point in the center between these two anchor points. Press Enter to open the options window and adjust the scale value. Let's rotate this square by 90 degrees. Now switch to the Direct Selection tool and select these two opposite anchor points. Press the letter S for the Scale tool and then hit Enter. Change the scale option to Uniform and adjust the value to create a diamond shape, for example. We can also scale corners, strokes, and effects. Let's select the Rounded Rectangle tool and create a big rectangle. If you like, adjust the corner's radius. Now switch to the Selection tool. Click on one of the corners, hold and drag to scale. You will notice that our shape looks a bit distorted. Let's undo it. To scale the corners proportionately, first make sure the shape is selected and then click on Shape from the top toolbar. Make sure the Scale Corners option is checked. And now scale the object. Let's add a stroke. I'm going to increase its weight so you can better see what we are doing. If we try to scale the object as it is, our stroke proportions will be distorted. Let's undo it. To scale the strokes proportionately, first select the shape, open the Shape Properties and be sure the Scale Strokes and Effects option is checked. And now scale the object. We can also find the Scale Strokes and Effects option by going to Edit, Preferences, General, and make sure that the Scale Strokes and Effects and the Scale Corners options are checked. To scale an object by a specific value, first make sure the object is selected. Now select Shape from the tab toolbar. Click on the chain link icon to constrain the width and the height proportions, and adjust the value. Uncheck the chain link to adjust the width or height individually. Using the Shape option will allow us to scale objects only from their center. Another way to scale objects by a specific value is by using the Transform option. First select the shape and then open the Transform panel from the tab toolbar. Here we can adjust the width or height individually, or turn on the chain link to constrain the proportions. We can also control from which point the object will be scaled by moving this reference point to a different location. Move it to the center to scale it from the center, or move it to the top left corner to scale it from the top left. Now I will show you how to scale multiple objects at once and keep each center point unchanged. If we select all yellow squares and use the selection tool to scale them, we will change their center position. Let's undo it. To scale multiple objects at once and keep each center point unchanged, first select all objects, and then go to Object, Transform, and select Transform Each. Be sure the reference point is set to the center. And then change the horizontal and vertical value to a desired number. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.